The violins are playing, but are the stars aligning for Sweden's Loreen? Should we talk about it? Let's do this! So Loreen's famously heavy 1.8-ton floating LED screen has downsized. It's had the slim fast digital diet. It's a much smaller digital hamburger. We have more of a digital slider now. She's in the middle. The base of the hamburger is bigger because it has wheels. They need to wheel this on quickly and get it off quickly because this is the Eurovision Song Contest.
More carbs, though.
Yeah, burn those carbs. So there are wheels. So she's more elevated is the point. I swear our girl needs a ladder to get on top of it because she's quite high. It's a smaller structure though, right? However, watching the rehearsal clip, it still feels grand and vast. And if you didn't watch Melodifestivalen, you're still going to be like, whoa. You're not going to care that this is a smaller structure. It's basically the same as at Melodifestivalen, besides that, right? You've got the clouds in the background. The screen here, the LED wall, has sort of dividers, because they flip, the panels flip.
Yeah.
And because of that, you see these dark lines every meter or two. I'm not sure that I like that. For me, it kind of kills the, background. But again, this is all about camera angles, so you probably won't see those on the television because they'll have positioned the cameras in certain ways. This is as strong to me as it was at Melodifestivalen, and maybe even stronger because the stage is bigger, and so they'll be able to play with depth and distance. So they might pan way out, and you'll see the speck that is Loreen in the sandstorm. I don't know. I feel like they can work with this vast space and expanse. I do hope we don't see the audience. I hope they keep them out. And I think this will actually work well because the stage here, to the left and to the right, they have the hug structure. So you don't see empty seats. You don't see where the people would be. So it's all aligning. This is impressive. It remains impressive. Vocally, it sounded not so great, but that's a TikTok clip, right? I feel like we're not getting the proper output. I'm sure she'll rise to the occasion. We're going to go to this end this time, to Sinan.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about her because this is the moment we have been waiting for, right? The rehearsals for Loreen, because we know that it was uncertain if we will have the same staging, the same hamburger in Liverpool, and I'm happy that we have it, and it's with a little bit more carbs, and I really love it. And I saw there's a person behind the bottom cue. I wonder if they will remove it during the performance towards the end or something like that, and they will do something else. I don't know, or he's just there just to be sure that she's not going to, the cube is not going to move or something like that. And at some point, it feels like she's flying through the storm, through the sandstorm, in the desert, which is quite effective. I really like it, but I want to see more. I want to see more, please, EBU. And we have waited so long for this, 2 hours. No, actually, 3 hours.
It's 9 o'clock. It's 9 p.m. Liverpool, 10 p.m. Rotterdam.
Come on. And who put those pictures on the TikTok video? I want to know.
Why are there stills?
That's not fair.
Were they masking something to keep a surprise?
I feel attacked. Personally, as a Eurovision fan, I needed to see more.
Incredible, Oliver.
I mean,
okay, incredible.
No, I do agree. I wish we could have seen more, but at the same time, I kind of knew what we were going to see. We saw the photos come out a while ago, and we saw that she had the stage and it was raised, and we know that Sweden are going to bring the same production from the Melodifestivalen. She said in an interview, or her team did just before coming to Liverpool, that this is the stage that the people of Sweden voted for. So obviously they want to try to replicate it as much as possibly can. And I think they've done a great job with downscaling it for Liverpool. My only issue is kind of with the colour. I think it's less sandy tones now. It's less earthy, and it's a bit cleaner. But I quite like grit.
Are you talking about the LED or?
Yeah, the LED. So the kind of brown tones and the sandy tones aren't as prevalent anymore in what we're seeing on the ceiling and on the floor. But it still looks really good. I'm nitpicking there, and again, it's a vertical video. It's on TikTok. We're not seeing the camera angles.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that we've seen it, the gritty, earthy sand thing, and so by comparison, we're like,
Yeah.
oh, because she actually does disappear at Melody Festival, and basically, it's
Yeah.
she's in the sandstorm.
Yeah.
I'm hearing Darude at that point, and I'm like, where's our girl at? So she does pop out more. And I didn't realize, we see the outfit up close, it's like
Yeah.
beige leather. I didn't
Yeah,
realize it was
yeah.
like that. It is very organic and natural.
Yeah, I think, look, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And I think we've seen the Melody Festival on stage. It was what we were expecting. I'm really glad that actually that the costume is the same. And I actually quite like the tones. I think they're quite calming, aren't they? And they kind of bring the focus back to Loreen. And obviously, as you guys mentioned, the vocal, we shall see, won't we? Like, in terms of later rehearsal, she's probably saving her voice, which makes sense. I'm also curious about the stills as to why we got those. Maybe, I don't know, was there maybe like a few glitches that we don't want to see?
Maybe that's why the video took so long to upload.
Possibly, yeah, because Cornelia had a few glitches as well, didn't she? So, was that right last year?
She had a dirty floor.
The Swedes are perfectionists.
Yeah,
Like, that's what we know.
yeah,
the
yeah,
the Swedish team want everything 100%, and it usually is at Melody
Yeah.
Festival. And
Yeah.
like the winning Melody Festival entry is. It wins Melody Festival for a reason, right?
Yeah,
Like it's
Quality,
already got the polish,
yeah.
and they always want that. So I wonder if there's a few things that maybe didn't go quite right, but yeah, it's if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this ain't broke. She's got all those fingernails. Those might break because they are big. They are huge. And I really hope they're recyclable because if not, they're going to be living in the ocean for a long time. In any case, you know, it's the obligatory question we have to ask. I already know the answer, but we'll start with Sinan. Is this going to the final? And if so, how high can it climb?
Yes, she's going to the final, and she's aiming for the trophy. Like, she wants that trophy, that second trophy in her shell. Shelf?
Shell.
Yes, shelf.
She ain't the Little Mermaid girl.
Put it on the shell and put it on the shell, in the shell.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, it's going through, and I think that actually, I don't think it's going to win the semi-final
Oh.
because Finland is after it.
Televote only.
Televote only, I think it's going to come second in the semi,
Interesting.
but I do think it's going to win the grand final.
I could definitely see that. Very Kalomira, Greece. I remember she won her semi. She didn't win the show. I think this is still the one to beat in the grand final. It's incredible. It looks incredible. People who have seen it for the first time will think it's incredible. We've seen it multiple times,
Yeah,
and
like,
we
remember
still.
the first
Yeah.
moment
Yeah.
at Melody
Yeah.
Festival, and when you saw it.
It's just a wow. I agree with you, actually. I think Karia could win this, will likely win the semi-final based on
Yeah.
a televote because it's just so wild, and he goes after her. But she, it's okay. You don't have to win the battle. You got to win the war, and that's going to be in the final.
Yeah, I mean, it goes without saying, doesn't it? It's plain sailing through. I reckon it probably will win its semi. I mean, if you remember everyone's first reaction at Melody Festival and when we heard it, and I think probably that will be replicated. So I see it winning the semi. I see it winning Eurovision.
Well, that's what we think. What do you think? Is Sweden's Loreen still the one to beat? Do you think this sandstorm is going to be blowing into the final? Let us know here on Wiwibloggs.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We have lots of content coming up.
Come and join us in the Lush Liverpool Lounge. We are going to be here in Liverpool for the next 2 weeks, and we are so excited to see the artists of Eurovision 2023 join us and test out some lovely bath bombs.
And we're also on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and even Pinterest.
And we'll see you later. Bye. Hey.